All right, thanks for looking in. This is Rick Lilley, Rick Lilley's Guitar Passion. Of course, I make guitars, acoustic and electric, and do mods and frets and all kinds of stuff. I've come to know some people in Southern Oregon, one of which, Jeff Crockett, makes the pickups for Thomas Allen Pickups. And he's got the definitive set, I think, for Telecasters and Stratocasters and Les Pauls. He's got a set of P90s as well, which I don't have a P90 configured guitar. This particular juncture, I'm going to be doing this Les Paul classic set that we have. This is actually the vintage set. I think the difference on those configurations are the type of magnets that are used in each individual one. Of course, looking at the history of all the 58, 59, and 60 Les Pauls, they were kind of a grab bag of pickups, and it was a whole explosion of technology at that time. They had some pickups that were Alnico 5, Alnico 2, Alnico 3, I believe, and all of which have sort of a different bit of nature. And there's a lot of attention to detail in the Thomas Allen set. I owned a 59 Sunburst Les Paul, and these, through all the years, 50 years later, or actually 40 years later, since I sold that Les Paul, I play this Les Paul that I'm playing, and I feel like I'm playing an old guitar because it just has such a vintage vibe, with the exception of the fact that his pickups are quieter in general, and more even one to another. Now, that being said, with all the pickups that are out there in the boutique sense being sold in a lot of different brands, and everybody's got something that's supposed to sound like a vintage PAF pickup, that doesn't necessarily mean that they were the hottest wind or anything. They sound bigger, they just have that classic sound that we tend to attribute to the best of the classic rock albums. You know, a lot of the early Jeff Beck and Cream and all that stuff. These pickups, what I like about them is that they have a great clean sound and a lot of clarity at the lower volumes. Within the same tonality, without hitting pedals at all, I'm able to get a real thick, clear single note sound. Now, as of late, you know, and I've been watching some of the things that people like Joe Bonamassa talk about, particularly on Les Paul's, old pickups or not. In a general sense, you just don't sit around playing a Les Paul with all the knobs up to 10. You just don't get. There's 1,000 things that a Les Paul will do, and none of which happen at 10. In a general sense. The reason why even Jimmy Page was playing a Les Paul in the early days for him was that in the middle position, it sounded like a Telecaster. He had had a Telecaster stolen, which he loved, which was on the first Led Zeppelin record. And after that point, when he was playing the Les Paul, he got a very Telecaster-ish sound out of the middle position. That being said, if I turn down, I can get a very Fender sound out of that by just rolling the volume down fairly low on the neck pickup in relation to the treble pickup. There's a whole lot of sweep in this. In the middle position, it sounds particularly sweet. It is the greatest blues sound anywhere. Turn it up all the way, and I got a great... so much as I'm not dependent on pedals at all for my lead sound. I have a lot of really nice gain pedals. I like to use them for a special purpose, not because I hate the sound of my guitar when I turn it up and through my amp. I have one sound, one channel. I'm not doing any of this channel switching or anything. If I go to the neck pickup, again, unusually clear. Most of the time on a Les Paul, if you really like the sound of your treble pickup, in my experience, the neck pickup sounds too dark. It means I just don't tend to choose it because it's not very clear. Now, let's just turn it down. If I turn it up, it becomes everything else. Les Paul in years, other than this one in the last year, that I've really been interested in playing, because I had the definitive 59 Les Paul. I play this guitar and it reawakens what I loved about that guitar. I haven't played a Les Paul in years that did that. That being said, I think I think once you're confident and know what you want to sound like for yourself, you don't want to be going around the technical limitations of something you just paid good money for. You get a set of pickups for a Les Paul, it ought to be 2 great sounding pickups. That is, neck position, middle position, and neck and treble bridge position should all sound great in themselves. No concessions, no need for a pedal to get it to sound good. At least that's what I believe. I've worked really hard on the guitar setups to make sure that everything does sound good in all those modes, and then I can put my pedals into the proper, proportion of what I'm doing, which is a whole lot less. I can't remember last time I had a Gibson guitar that I just loved the sound of the middle position and the neck position like this. Video. Anyway, this is just a great product. I mean, these are my favorite humbuckings anywhere. God knows there's 100 of them out there. Frankly, I haven't been excited about any of them. This kind of gets me to the point where without pedals, I get into a world that I can say what I want to say because the guitar's not in my way. I like every sound. It's just super high quality materials in these. Check out Thomas Allen. I don't think it's a better product for the money on the market. So this is Rick Lilley saying subscribe. We'll get you some new content. And also click on the notification bell and we will tell you when they come in. And we have a lot of stuff to talk about. Thomas Allen pickups today though. There you go.